We join the super legit crew before the show as we talk about techie crap. Yeah, I do have a wireless lavalier that I want to experiment with.
Look at you.
More. Yeah.
Wireless mics and USB fans.
Because at some point, these might actually be really handy for us.
Someone went to fucking Amazon.
The quality's not as good, obviously, as the fancy-ass microphone I'm talking into, but that might be a good trade-off at some point.
Someone went to Amazon. Has got to be the oldest person line, the most 100-year-old line I've heard.
That's the show
day.
title. Someone went to Amazon. There we go.
And I just watched The Wizard of Oz.
Yes, I understood that reference.
Whenever Amazon starts doing direct marketing to phones, that'll be the line that gets sent to everyone's jitterbug. Somebody went to Amazon.
Welcome everyone to another episode of Super Legit Podcast. I am your host, Jet Kaufman, and let's rattle this off real quick.
Jet, I have a quick question before you start.
My God! Wow, question this early. I love it.
Are we Super Legit Podcast or the Super Legit Podcast? It's kind of like Pixies, the band. Are we the Pixies or just Pixie?
I think we're going with Super Legit Podcast, but we're the only one.
Do we include the pause in the word super?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
And is it spelled S-O-U-P?
Super Legit Podcast?
Yeah. Or is it like a supplantation? Super Legit Podcast?
We have nothing to do with plantation.
No. Yeah, that's
so.
That is a good
so
point,
our first merch, our first set. With
we also do not own a restaurant called Chicken Tournament Camp.
The like yellow, desk lamp one. It's the Super Legit Podcast.
Yes.
And our newer stuff
but we got
does
a new
not
logo.
have the definite article on it.
Yeah. But meanwhile, I actually tried to remove the from Facebook, and they said, sure, we'll take care of that for you. It might take a while to process, and it's been months now, and they still haven't changed it. So
I actually like the, because you're describing the podcast as super and legit. So I feel like it's proper English to say it is the Super Legit Podcast.
I'll talk to our art guy. We'll fix that. That's a big one.
Yeah. We'll reprint everything.
You'd think Facebook would be sympathetic to your problem since they used to be the Facebook.
That's a very good point.
Nope, they're like boomers now. They're like, I got rid of my you gotta earn it.
Could I push for a Super Legit Podcast? Would that be better?
And since we're asking questions,
any Super Legit Podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I be the co-host today?
All right,
here.
Let's weigh in here. We've got Michael Heiman here, who is our co-host.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Yeah.
We also have
a little disrespectful, actually.
Right.
Yeah. We have Sean Michael Boozer.
Of any day to do that, Josh?
Yeah.
We've got Chris Compton. We've got Chris Sanders. We've got Jen Burton. We've got Allie Maher. We've got you, Josh Spence.
Yeah.
We also have our guest and our producer and co-editor, Christian Hefley.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, man.
I feel like, what do you guys think? Should our actual co-host, Michael Heiman, remain our co-host for this episode? Or should, for some odd reason, with nothing driving it whatsoever, Josh Spence suddenly be the co-host for this episode? What do you all think?
I feel like the question answers
I like
itself.
Half Dog. Look, can we do Half Dog?
Heiman, didn't you just get back too? Like, aren't you just finally coming out of your busy season, like here to just spend time with your friends?
I don't even know anymore.
Talk, Allie. Talk.
But
I love you, Allie.
I love you too, but you're not the co-host.
in reality,
That's it. Someone said it.
I don't even know when this episode's going to release. Pulling back the curtain here, it could be,
No one knows.
No
one
so,
knows.
Bro.
We're figuring
we
it
could
out.
say I just got back and it could have been 2 months. Who knows?
Yes.
Let's
Happy New Year, everyone.
In our time.
in my heart.
Happy New Year's 2020, everybody.
Yep.
It's going to be a great one.
Thanks to some of the help we're getting from Christian Hefley, we're hopefully going to be doing this more frequently, but that also means we have to have more in the bank, which reminds me, Christian, you owe me an episode because I'm almost done editing the last one. So
it's on its way, baby.
Ooh, let's keep this in the
We're
show.
cleaning.
Right.
Wow.
This is like a team meeting. They're really having a public
Look, who can make it to the clubhouse at 7:30? I'm tired of this.
This could have
shit.
been an email.
Yes.
As per my last email.
All right. So instead of me putting Christian on the spot, I'm going to put everyone on the spot with this week's question.
Mhm.
What's the worst piece of advice you've ever been given?
Ugh.
That's the right answer.
Yeah.
Josh, what is it? I gotta hear it.
So there was this girl I liked in 4th grade. Her name was Jasmine.
Mhm.
And
It's a great 4th grade crush name.
It sure is.
Yeah. She's the one that got away. So I asked my dad, I like
At
this girl.
recess.
The one or
How do I-
another one?
Or A1.
All of
Or
them
anyone.
have gotten away.
Yeah.
I said, I like this girl. How do I get her to like me? Because I was so scared to talk to her. I never
Yeah.
said anything. So you didn't know I exist. And my dad, again, talking to a fucking 4th grader, goes, "Oh, you want to be brooding?" I go, "Okay." What is, I go, a 4th grader? How old's a 4th grader again, Allie?
8 turning 9. No, 9 turning 10, I guess. You're 10 in 5th grade.
Somewhere in that range.
Huge difference.
So I'm that age asking my dad, "What's brooding?" He goes, like, if somebody asks you what's wrong, squint your eyes, say nothing, and walk away. So, and he goes, you want to try to like push them away. And I was like, okay, I'll push them away. So,
Oh my god, this explains so much.
So it was a recess, and I didn't know how to act like something was the problem. So I just like looked down at the ground and just started like kicking the dirt, like and Jasmine comes up to me. God, this is so embarrassing.
That's what the show's for.
She comes up to me and she goes, "Hey, Josh, are you okay?" And I go, "Fuck off, Jasmine." And I
Oh my Lord. No wonder she got away.
Yeah.
It's the old
No,
saying.
thank God she got
and she's
away. Actually.
the one that ran away.
and later I got called to the principal's office.
Yep.
For being
For
mean.
sure.
And she
For
was
being
like,
mean.
Yeah, and
Yep.
saying a swear word, right?
Yeah.
There it
And
is.
they're like, "Why?" And I remember like Principal Hollis was like, "Josh, you've never been in here. You're an honor student. What made you say that?" And I said, "My dad told me to be brooding." And she laughed like all of you guys laughed and said,
Aw.
"Don't do that, and please go back to class."
Oh my
Well
God.
handled on her part.
Oh.
Yes.
I feel bad for little Josh.
And
know.
ever since then,
A
it's
little
been
Jasmine.
hi, hello.
Yes.
But like, I'm sure your dad was like pulling tail in the 90s on the Lower East Side in New York. Like, that's a very good tactic for that.
Oh yeah, with like
yeah,
a,
different
with,
setting. Very different
with like a
setting.
silk
yeah.
shirt with only one button,
Yeah.
gold chain with a Van Halen logo.
In the bar looking
Yeah.
mysterious. Yeah.
1980
I mean,
Berettas Camaro.
He missed the context, but like he tried, you know. Like,
Part of the
Yeah.
problem is that it's
Oh.
hard for a 4th grader to brood.
Mhm.
about
like,
what?
Like the existential angst you have in 4th
Yeah.
grade.
And I remember, I'm
Yeah.
sorry to cut you off. I remember asking him too. Well, he had finished a softball game because he did rec league softball, and like he's like leaning up against his Camaro, and I remember literally asking him like, at the question. I remember him lighting up like a Marlboro Red, and he went, "Be brooding." That moment just said everything exactly. That's funny. Super.
God. I am so unhappy. Is somebody gonna ask me what's wrong?
What's wrong, Gerald?
My VCR didn't record the latest episode of Power Rangers. And like, it was the 4th part of the Green Ranger saga. And now I'm never gonna know what happened in that episode.
It seems like you're having a really hard day, Gerald, but we need to get back to the aftermath of World War II. So we were just discussing what the displaced person camps were like for those whose homes and families had been wiped out.
Okay, but like the 5 Rangers were all displaced from their powers because Tommy is like really like he's one Ranger who's more powerful than all 5 Rangers combined. Like even his Zord is as big as the Megazord, and so like they were all displaced because they were really strong, and like they lost all of that, and now I don't know what's going to happen with them or what did happen, or like it's like if you didn't know what happened with history, like you'd be bummed, right?
No one knows what happens with history because it has not ended. Yes, your
Mr.
question?
Jurgensen?
Yes.
It's far be it from me to overstep my bounds as a fellow classmate of his, but I would really like to hear how his saga plays out. I mean, World War II, I could always just Google that, but his story, now that's intriguing.
Right? I mean, like Tommy Oliver is just like, we don't know his background. We don't know where he came from. We just know that Rita Repulsa gave him these Green Ranger powers. He's got these dragon powers. Like everybody else is based off of like a dinosaur or something real, but his powers are like some mythical beast. Like, what is that?
I am piqued.
Right? Everyone, like this would be more interesting, but I don't know what happened now, and I can't properly finish the story. There is a piece of history missing for me.
You know what?
Yes.
Now I'm getting a little angry. We focus so much on stupid Archduke Ferdinand, and we could have been talking about the saga of the Rangers, man.
Yeah. What's really important to us in our age, right?
Yeah,
Fine,
absolutely.
fine. Okay, yes, you have a question?
Mr. Jurgensen, my mother told me that if I was around any boys who were brooding, that I should get out of the area immediately, and it feels to me like both of these boys are brooding.
Yes. Here's your note. You are welcome to leave, and I
Thank
support
you.
you 100%.
I'll be in the nurse's office.
No problem. So, look,
Mr. Jorgensen,
Aren't you
Yes,
worried
yes,
about what's
you have a
going to
question.
happen? She's not going to learn about.
my aunt told me if two kids were brooding at the same time that you're supposed to put on a record by The Cure. Now, is that true or not?
well, I don't think we would put on a record by The Cure at this point because we would have to go to some sort of antique device store to do that.
What if they're
We
breeding?
can certainly put on. I think Friday I'm in Love is a little upbeat for what we're doing, but maybe just like Heaven will hit the right place because that's how I would feel if we would stop having this conversation. But it seems like I'm not going to be able to get any of you to pay attention.
So the Cure will help the Rangers out by doing what?
What they will do is to take the angst that the Rangers are feeling and sort of crystallize it into one thing that sort of validates
Mr. Jorgensen,
people's sadness
the
without
Jorgensen-
encouraging them
the
to
Zeo
do anything
crystals
about
are a
it.
thing that they use in the show, but the musician, the Mighty Raw, did all the music for the Power Rangers, not the Cure.
Okay,
But-
Robert Smith did the music for the Cure.
But my question still stands, Mr. Jorgensen. Do you think Tommy Oliver was more into disintegration, or do you think he was more of a Fascination Street kind of fella?
I think that definitely takes us to what it feels like to be in a displaced person camp. Not from listening to the song, but from the question. But first, you had a question in the back?
Yeah, it's just my parents told me if I was ever around people who thought that crystals had power, I should immediately leave the area. So
You
I
should. I'm going to write you a note right here, and please make sure to avoid anything on the internet on your way to the nurse's office.
Yes.
She will present you with some science, which will take care
Mr.
of
Jorgensen,
Cool.
Okay, I'm sorry. I had two hands up first.
I'll go second.
Okay.
Mr. Jurgensen, you seem like you would totally know what to do in this circumstance. What do you do when literally all of the cute girls don't want to be around you anymore?
Oh, I can answer that, Mr.
They
Jorgensen.
actually literally leave the area.
I can answer that. Oh,
Okay,
ooh,
it looks
ooh,
okay.
ooh.
Yes. Okay, you don't
My
have to
dad
horseback
said
it.
to
You can
follow-
just answer. I'm pointing to you.
Okay, me? Is it me?
Yeah, I'm sorry. That was a reference that I'm sure was a television show that was over long before your time. Basically, old
It's
Jewish
no-
stereotype teaches a bunch of other stereotypes.
It's no
Anyway,
worse than
go on.
Fascination Street, sir. Don't worry about it. I was told that when girls leave the room that you're supposed to chase after them because they're damsels in distress and they're looking for someone to save them. Or that's
Right.
what my
Mr.
stepfather
and-
did.
Mr. Jurgensen, I
yes.
feel that might strip them of their agency.
That's correct. That's correct. Here's a note. You can go to the nurse. You are now excused from this cast for making one basic correct answer. All
Hi,
right.
guys.
Are there any other questions, or can we move on to the Soviet famines?
They have agencies there.
Legit.
I feel like we did that scene in memory of Stephen C. James.
in memory.
He will be shouting at the
This
microphone.
episode is dedicated to the memory.
Well, I don't know. I don't know when they're gonna air this one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jet, make a note. I'm going to make a note too. This episode, we have to do a whole in
Well,
memoriam thing.
Save
Yeah.
it for 75 years.
Should air it on his birthday.
Yes.
that's great.
I'll throw a little "In the Arms of an Angel" before.
Oh,
with
yes.
a loving memory of.
Oh, Hef Dog, yes.
I wonder how many seconds of that we can get away with. I'm thinking of a piece of advice that I remember. This is advice everyone's gotten, and I think it's both really bad and really good advice once you can recontextualize it.
Mhm.
The classic thing is in dating, the advice you get is just be yourself. And I feel like the implication usually when that advice is given out is if you're just yourself, they're going to like you more. And I don't think that's actually true.
No.
Because whoever you are may very much be someone they absolutely do not like. And you could work really hard to turn yourself into the person that they will like. But that's a very bad idea because then you are starting a relationship based on a fake version of yourself. So I think the actual advice is just be yourself so that they can turn you down much faster and not waste your time until you find someone who actually likes you.
Super.
All right, listen, Frankenstein's monster. I love you. You've been in the castle for so long. It's time for you to get out. You got to do some speed dating. Remember, I put you together from all the best parts of everybody, so you're going to crush this, buddy. Have fun.
Hey, my name's Bradley. I like soccer. I like drinking, beer, mostly like imports. Oh, yeah, you too? That's great. Tell me a little about yourself. I mean, what do you like to do in your spare time? Really? Oh.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
30 seconds.
that's not going to work for me.
Switch.
Hi, I'm Amy. Oh, wow. You are something, aren't you? I like this whole brooding thing you've got going on. You don't want to tell me much about yourself? I get it. You know what the truth is? I don't want to know anything. Where'd you get those bolts in your neck? Yeah. Oh, Macy's. Interesting. I did not think that they sold those there. Well, I know we only have about 15 seconds left, but I'm definitely putting your name down. So I want you to call me.
3, 2,
Playing
1.
hard to get. You don't know how to write numbers. I get it.
All right, I think it's a little early for me to be out again. My last relationship didn't end well, but that's that. We should talk about that here. My name is Eddie, and you are. Dude, I know exactly how you feel. Fucking bitches, am I right? God damn it, dude. I could tell we were brothers when we sat across from each other. God. Yes. I say the same thing all the time. Hey, all right, dude. I tell you what. We'll meet out back. That's where I usually do my smoking. Calms me way the fuck down. We'll meet out back after this, huh?
Hey, my name's Marcus. Basically, my 20s were just career, and it's time for me to catch up. Just to let you know, I am looking to have kids in the next year to 2 years, and I'm all about marriage. I've also been saving myself. I mean, I've been celibate before marriage because that is a special gift I have to give other people. Well, I mean, a lot of people do. I mean, it's not just me. It's actually a lot more common than you might think. Actually, if you look here at this chart that I brought, it's actually 1 in 40 grown adults will admit to being a virgin. I mean, no, I don't know the sample size. I mean, I'm not a statistician. I mean, okay, to be fair, I am a statistician. Oh, that's me.
Hey, I'm Raquel. So I work for the circus. I travel a lot. I'm a dancer, actually. It's a really special skill I've got. Not many people do it, but I'm really good at it. I'm a fire dancer. Yeah. I dance with flames. I have a pole. I set the ends on fire. I twirl it in the air. Just throw fire all over the place. It's fun. You should come see me sometime. Yeah. No. The flames do get out of control sometimes. I have dropped it. You're right. Absolutely. But it's all part of the experience. We try not to keep things too flammable around it, but it's fun. It's fun, and it's I feel special about my skills. You wanna come see me sometime? Oh, okay.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. All right, my name's Frank. Not really good looking. I'm like a Vermont 4, but I'm very funny, and I like to cook, and I love peanut butter and video games and Marvel comics.
Look, you join our gym. We can take you from a Vermont 4 to an Alabama 6 in approximately 2 months.
Whoa, that's a lie.
No, it's not. We will not make you lose any weight, but we will lower where the weight is on your body.
So what is it, bro? Tell me, like, what is the
Please,
difference?
my father's name was Bro. Call me Bro.
Sorry, bro. What makes a difference between a Vermont 4 and an Alabama 6?
I am so glad you asked me that particular question. But please, that's my father's name. My father called me Bro, but that meant I was in trouble. Just call me Bro. No, so a Vermont 4 has sort of a round body, but it is an even collection of fat all throughout the body. Probably to keep them warm in those cold Vermont winters. Am I right?
That's what I'm talking about, bro.
Okay, so that's all right. See, I am fast enough because I don't know if you know this about me, but I am an Illinois 9. So I am not only attractive, but I also have great reflexes, and I am not as racist as many of the people I know.
So it's like you don't take chicks to the gun show, but you take them to the deep dish pizza. Am I right?
Exactly, but I don't call them chicks because I'm more of a Chicago 9. So I feel I have a little responsibility towards misogyny, even though I perpetuate it on a daily basis right here at this gym. So an Alabama 4, all that fat is collected in one single place around the waistline. It's collected, basically creating a ring of fat around you to say, don't come any closer to me. I need to be stopped from procreating. They have very harsh procreation laws in Alabama. They seem to be for it, but they're also very against it. Look, the point is I don't know what other people are like. Up here?
Oh,
all
yeah.
right, too late. See, and I'm back again. That's how fast you are when you're a Chicago 9. This is not to be confused with the Chicago 7, which was a famous trial that I know about, and that's it. That's all I know about it. Because as a Chicago 9, I know the names of things, and that's all.
Tell me more about that, dude.
I wish I could, but I can't because I'm a Chicago 9.
Cut to the alley. So, thanks for joining me out here, man. It's just so nice to smoke. You know what? They consider me a monster too, man. They consider me a monster too. Mostly for my behavior, not from the way I look. But it's just nice to be with someone smoking out here in the alley that understands where I'm coming from. Frankenstein's monster, are you there? Oh, you slipped into the shadows there. I didn't know if you were there. You were breathing so quiet. You move incredibly well for a man your size, like on kitten's feet. Yeah. So, what I'm thinking is, you look like a bowler. I'm a bowler. Would you like to join my league? We could hang out every Thursday night. Thursday night, it's the one between Friday and Wednesday. It's okay. It took me a while to get the days of the week down too. But what I'm saying is I just need to be alone apart from people. Not that you're not a people, you're lots of people as one people, but you're the kind of people that's not real people. And that's the kind of people that I should be around. Those are my people. Do you get me? Oh, you people are all the same. I can't relate to any of yous. I'm literally getting nothing from you. I can't tell what's going on in there. Is there anything going on? Is anybody home? That's what I thought.
legit.
How much longer are you going to make me do it?
Oh, I'm sorry, but that's your new job. Is that is your new life? Is doing
That was full character development. You really brought him back around.
That's
Yeah.
such a
You
great
were
line.
losing him, and
You
then
had
you got him
levels.
back on
Yeah.
board.
Yep.
How much longer are you gonna make me do it?
There's a three-dimensional character right there. Very impressive.
Oh.
That was as rich as any CW character I've ever seen. So
Yes.
Oh,
Which-
so good.
That,
That's
by the way,
awesome.
was great dating advice, which is simply reflect back to people the things that they want to hear and talk about,
Yep.
and you will
Yep.
be able to succeed in these conversations.
That's what they say.
You know,
So good.
I thought a Vermont 4 is probably higher in the hierarchy than an Alabama 6.
I think
Well,
so too.
Yeah.
It depends on whose hierarchy, right? Because this is a Vermont 4,
Mhm.
right? Bernie Sanders is a Vermont 8. So
Oh.
9 and 10, there's
Yeah,
some
no.
real distance there.
Also,
but,
I thought that was part of the scam here is that it's that easy because it's just a
lateral.
lateral move.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's lateral.
Yeah.
Always
Or possibly
lateral.
even a drop off. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Right.
just eat some donuts.
like Vermont goes like Bernie Sanders, Ben, Jerry, and then the 4. All right. And Jerry is a ways below Ben.
the great thing about Bernie being so high up is he shares his big number with everybody.
If I'm being honest with myself, I'm pretty sure like I'm a main 3. Like I am.
That's is that Christine or Cujo?
Damn it, main 1. Okay, sure.
I have some bad advice. This is from when I lived with my mom, which was sort of the first part of my childhood, and then my parents got divorced and I ended up living with my dad. Too much information. There you go. But my mom was super
I don't know.
religious, so we went to church on Sundays, and she had us in Sunday school. And I remember literally nothing, not literally, almost nothing about it, except for I have this very vivid memory of being with my sister and the priest in like the Vesper room. It was kind of like a small town, which sounds creepy. Don't worry, nothing creepy happens.
They stored their scooters?
Wait, what? Yeah, the
Vespa,
I
yes.
think that's what they're called, aren't they? The little
mean-
clothes that
yeah,
they wear, Vespers.
that's
Vestibule.
in-
Thank you, vestibule. Yes, sure.
In
that.
Boston, that
Vestibule
would
is
be
the-
that would
like
be the
the-
scooter.
That's an area.
None of
Yeah.
this is relevant to the story at all.
No, let's be pedantic.
But the only thing I remember him telling
Also, I love
me,
that you're like, nothing creepy happened. I don't remember anything, but nothing.
good point.
I
Totally valid
repressed
point.
all of those memories for some reason, but nothing bad happened.
That is fair. He was actually a really nice man, but the only thing I remember of this man, and I remember it because I was so convinced it was going to happen. He told me that if I ever saw a person drowning
Whoa.
like in water,
Let
that
the
I should
parties
grab
hit the
them,
floor. Oh, sorry.
that I should grab them by the hair.
What?
That was his advice. His advice was if you saw someone drowning, grab them by the hair. And then the memory ends. It's like a clip. It's like a movie clip in my head that starts with us, my sister and I sitting there, and he's sitting behind like a big, I don't know, Jesus desk. And he says, and it starts with him saying, it just picks up at, if you ever see someone drowning, grab them by the hair, and then the clip ends.
No lead in? You have no idea.
No lead-in. Nothing.
Bald
I
people
have
deserve
nothing
to die.
else.
Is that the takeaway?
What was that?
Bald people deserve to
Well,
die.
that
Is
was
the
my
takeaway?
question in my head that I didn't ask.
Yeah.
And I think this is why this memory dogs me to this day, is because I feel like there was not a lot of thinking, but he was in a position of such power that I didn't question it.
Mm.
But I had
But
that question in my mind.
There's a story. Like, I want this guy on the pod. I want to hear why.
He's
knows
long
Chat to him,
dead,
Jen?
but yes.
Why does he know this? My dad was dying, and if I had just grabbed his hair, like, there's got to be some reason that this man shares.
I feel like the next sentence was because then you can get away with it.
You might be right.
Super.
All right, Doctor, this is your 4 o'clock. We have Gerald and Frankenstein's monster. Apparently, they're having some communication issues. I'll be out front if you need.
Great. All right, have a seat.
All right. So I don't know how this works. Do I start? Does he start? Do you ask questions? Is there?
Well, I
there
can,
just-
as a professional, I can already see the problem. You're just talking over each other.
Is
So,
that why is that a problem? Yeah, that's just the way we communicate. That's who we are. It's our magic.
well, okay, but you're here for a reason, right? So let's just take it back a beat, and we're gonna settle into the space before
All
we.
right, all right.
Okay. All right. Well, I need you. Okay. All right. Loosen up your shoulders. We're gonna
That's where I
start.
keep all
since-
my tension, though. That's where I keep all my.
So because you came in talking first, I am going to maybe defer to. I'm not going to call you Frankenstein's monster because I don't feel like you have agency over yourself. I'm just going to call you monster. How about that?
Oh, so
That
you're
might-
taking his side, right? All right,
That
cool.
might be a nice start for you to be recognized as not a possession, but a person. Right? Yeah, exactly. Yes. Okay, he feels seen. He feels heard. Now we can shift it
How can
over.
you not see him? He's 9 feet tall, green with bolts sticking out of his
I
neck over
think
here.
you know. I hope you know what I mean by that. And if you don't, then you need a different. I can't help you there. So, what is the exact? Give me an example of a miscommunication. Don't make it a big one. Make it an everyday miscommunication that you have around the house. Something small that we can start with.
All right, like this. Oh, who you talking to me? You talking to him? Who you talking to?
Typically, I'd have a hard time with this, but because he doesn't speak, I'm gonna say, why don't you go ahead and tell me what's going on?
Okay, it's just really hard because you're darting around the room while we're talking. Anyway, all right. So, this morning, I'm eating my breakfast, right? And I say, hey, we're getting low on milk. Does he buy milk? Nope.
Okay. Well, does he? Did you specifically ask him to buy milk, or did you mention you were out? Who usually buys the milk in the house? Because I didn't hear a question there.
There was no question. It was a declarative statement saying, dude, we need to get more milk.
We need to get more milk.
Yeah.
I know. I see it.
You know what? I can see what's going on. You're already taking his side.
There are no sides. It's just
there's a right and there's a wrong.
No, that's
and those
not
are the two sides.
I would ask you to open up your mind. There is no right or wrong. There are separate realities. Everyone is having their own experience.
I'm just a regular bodega owner, but I see you come in here buying liters of milk a lot. You want to talk about something? Just saying. I do more than a chopped cheese, my friend. Nope, don't want to talk? Okay.
Hey, can I get a chopped cheese here? Or are you two?
I thought I was trying to make a moment, but yeah, no, I can get you a chopped cheese. We cut back.
I mean, the thing is that even though he doesn't have the language you're expecting, he is communicating his needs and wants and desires. And I do feel like you're not communicating as strongly. You're using terms like we when you mean you.
Yeah.
You're saying statements when you have questions. I really think you have a lot to learn about the English language from Monster.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? You doc? Are you a doctor? Are you a therapist? What's your thing?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, whatever you are, whatever your qualifications are, you have really given me a little epiphany here. I feel like I do see my part in this. I am not a clear communicator, although I speak much better than this bastard. I'm just gonna say that.
Hey, no, that's what I'm saying. Epiphanies are a good thing. Just as a regular bodega owner, I'm just saying I'd keep plenty of milk stocked for you all the time. So if anytime you want to communicate, God damn it, cut back.
I mean, I feel like that's a breakthrough, which, by the way, is extremely rare in the first 6 minutes of therapy. Just so you know. I mean,
so we can call it
no, you're not
a push on the the copayment here. Then
no, you're not getting a discount for excelling at therapy. That's not a thing that happens.
I think it's more we excel at therapy. And I would like to just take this moment to say thank you to Monster for being open enough to come down here with me today and work through our issues.
I will encourage you both to leave.
I was actually speaking to him, Monster.
I'll see myself out.
No, doctor or whatever.
It's fine. I was supposed to go to lunch anyway, honestly. They squeezed you in. If you guys want the space, you can have the space.
Hey, would you get me a chopped cheese if you're heading down to the bodega?
Sure, no problem.
Two chopped cheese. Thanks.
You want the white noise machine on as I leave, or you guys?
I thought you were the white noise machine.
Legit.
Whoa, okay.
Damn.
As soon as you said, I thought you were, I was like, oh, okay, here we go.
Oh my god.
Allie, that was really good advice, actually. I felt like there was some
that
good
was
quality
very
advice
good
in there.
therapy.
Oh my god, I've been in therapy for so long.
You know your stuff.
I like that idea of, and my wife is a therapist. I know she, like, so you have people who are new to therapy, and then you have people who've been going a long time. But there's this like sense of like, I've been in therapy for a long time, so I'm really good at therapy.
Right.
And you're like, maybe
I got
or
this.
maybe just the opposite.
There's something about when you can go to, I've had therapists and different parts of my life where like I was going, but I wasn't necessarily internalizing or growing. And then I've had other points in my life or just therapist connections, the way that they related to me, where it was like 2 or 3 sessions and I was like, boom, it makes sense. So it just depends. But I do think that there's something to the language of therapy that you start to learn.
Yeah.
And so
yeah.
I love therapy. I believe in it. I tell everyone they should go. It's not just if you have an issue, like it's just great to have somewhere to go and like talk about things that with the neutral party in your life, you know. But my husband wasn't going. And so I would come home and have all these like therapy terms and things. And he'd just be like, great, babe, you know? So I forced him into couples therapy just so he would learn the language, because it's not dissimilar to like when you're dating a civilian who's not an improviser and you're like, oh, that was a callback. And they're like, what? And you're like, you don't understand how funny I am. You know, like,
You don't speak prod, bruh?
yeah.
Which is, and improv language is the opposite of therapy language.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's code language.
Although I brought a lot of
Yes.
improv language into my therapy for ADHD, and it was really valuable. Like things like do it now, and no choice is the wrong choice. You know, like various things like But I remember when my son was dealing with ADHD therapy too, and he was seeing a psychiatrist, and it was his first time with a psychiatrist, and I was describing symptoms, and I was using terms like externalizing blame and, various things like that. And there was a point where his psychiatrist stopped and asked me, what do you do for a living?
Yeah.
He was convinced that I must be in mental health because I just happen to know all the verbiage. It was like,
Therapy is a herald.
This road.
Yeah. It's a herald. Yeah. Like, I'm a comedian. I have to impersonate any type of job at any moment.
Yes, exactly.
I have to know 10% of everything. That's what I do.
Yep. Yes.
I need to know how to do it up to the point of being questioned.
Right.
You're
Yes.
a 10. You're a 10 of all trades. That's what
exactly.
it gets below a jack.
Hey, Michael Heiman, I think you have our sponsor this week, don't we? Let's get that in here before we're too late in the show.
I sure do.
I'd love to hear it.
Definitely have it. I'm gonna play it. Hey, you like doing cocaine, right? Well, here's a new product that's going to help you do cocaine better. It's called Simple Bumps. There's absolutely no fuss required. It is the easiest you've ever used. You just do it, and you do it, and you do another bump, and you do it, and it's great. You don't need any surface. No, you just do the bump, not at all flat. You know what? You know who also uses this? Who also uses Simple Bumps? Fergie. You thought my humps was about something? You were wrong. It was about this. Simple Bumps is great for all your cocaine needs. That helps you do cocaine, and it's fast, and it's easy. It's not related to any other products with similar names, so don't get it confused. Simple Bumps.
That was our quickest out.
Brought to you by John Cocaine.
I know that guy.
Yeah.
I definitely went on a date with that guy. his name was Seth, and I hope he's still alive.
Oh my goodness.
Seth is obviously a guy that does cocaine.
He hosts a late night show on NBC. No big deal.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think I'm in such flashbacks of early move to Los Angeles and hearing that conversation. That was like that was my like radar at a party of like, if I walk by a room, if the tempo of the conversation passes a certain level, I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
Man.
this was a sneaky area because I, much like Jet, am extremely ADHD.
Mhm.
So I sound and act like I'm on cocaine all of the time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
That's
so
how
I
we
was
became
in
friends.
I was in New York City and I was like bartending or doing comedy or running a poker game, which all go until 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock.
Yep.
And then I would go out at 3 a.m. and I would still be like, I just gotten off work. I need to have dinner. I'm connecting to people. I'm 22 years old. I love America. And like all these things are spewing. just
One of these things is
coming
not
out.
like the other.
Yeah.
Just like
It's like
and
about
I
the
would-
habit made you super patriotic.
And that's
I
how
would-
she became an assassin for the
That's
United
right,
States
right.
government.
And I just like ran into other people like me. And it took me about a year to realize that they were on cocaine and I was being me, you know? It took a while. And when you realize that like everyone relates to you because they're on hardcore
Yes.
substances, you're like, fuck, is that what my brain is like? Like
well,
my
and the other
brain...
thing that's funny with people with ADHD, and I honestly don't say this with experience. This isn't a joke on my part, but this is something you hear about a lot when you're researching it. Is that most of these drugs affect people with ADHD dramatically differently. And so people with-
adversely.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
that or like they have the opposite effects. So like sometimes the uppers bring you down. Like a lot of people with ADHD can focus on the things that send other people totally out of control, and they learn to self-medicate through it. Yeah.
Super, Mr. Jorgensen. I have a history question.
Okay. Oh, wait. You have an actual
It's a question about history. Yeah.
Like,
I know.
And just to be clear, this is a question about a thing that has happened in the past of the world before now. That's correct?
Yes.
Okay. No. I want to hear the question. I really want. What's your question?
My dad said that if you were in the 80s and you loved America, you did cocaine. Is that true?
So was he saying if you were in the 80s personally, or you as in the broad?
I'm somewhere between 8, 9, or 10, the standard age of a fourth grader. I wouldn't be aware.
Hey, you don't have to be a dick about it. The word "if" was in the sentence.
Hey, I'm just getting back from the nurse's office. Here's the note from the nurse. The nurse.
Oh yeah, okay. Sorry, I'll come back to your question.
When you sent me to the nurse's office,
your question,
hey,
sir?
I'm back. I'm back. So, dude, check it out. I was thinking about what we were talking about, and you were totally right, man. You were absolutely on it because your synapses are just firing, man. And that whole thing about like, dude, it's after World War II, man. Everybody's done fighting everybody else because there was so much animosity going on, and everybody was just ripping at everybody else, and they just tore Europe apart, man. And everything was coming down, right? But no, not for the Rangers. The Rangers were there for each other, and they joined together like some sort of megalosaurus, man. And they're flying around, and they're making things work, and boom!
I have a fever. You know, I have a fever. I have a pass from class. I
know what you're talking about.
I have a fever.
Welcome to the nurse's office.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just line up some medication for you.
I'm just
Here on
the
the counter.
The thing is that we have prom coming up, so I was wondering if me and my friends knew in advance we were going to have fevers this weekend, if we could maybe get more medication than usual, because we know the fever might last all weekend.
I understand what you're talking about. We here in the nurse's office call that an extracurricular activity.
Yes.
And that is not
Bingo.
for free. That's during off hours.
That's okay. I could go
So-
off-site for is it like a non-for-profit? Can I put this on my resume?
On your resume?
I don't know. I don't understand all the language.
So, I have to admit the special skills section was the one that kind of made us pause.
I need you to be more specific, please.
So the place where you mentioned using cocaine in your special skills section as an extracurricular activity.
As explained to me at that time, cocaine was something that you didn't do in school, hence making it an extracurricular activity. And I think honesty my therapist told me that honesty is the best policy. So I just want you to know up front, like, listen, I am a hard worker. I will get the job done. Am I going to blow rails on a Friday night? Maybe. But is that your business? Absolutely not.
So I appreciate you calling me in for the interview. And I read the job description. I'm going to be honest with you, dude. On the level of things that I do not care about, like 6 of the things in this job description are at the top of my things I do not care about. So
I want to appreciate you being honest about that. I want to appreciate you putting that in your cover letter. First
my
of all,
therapist told me
that
that's the
really,
best policy.
That really saved us time. We do have policy bringing every single person in for our full interview process.
Right
so
on.
we will be moving you to a panel after this.
All right, listen, Monster. I know speed dating didn't work out last time, but I got this awesome thing called booger sugar for you. We're going to take a sniff, do some speed dating. We're going to figure out what happened, okay? Ready? Sniff. 1, 2, 3. Ah!
I'm Rachel. Oh, okay. You're. Ooh, all right. Okay. Yes. Charades. I love it. I love charades. Okay, go. Motorcycle fishing. You're fishing from. No. Okay. Oh, you're angry. Oh, I'm an angry monster. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Your movie. It's a movie. It's a movie. Oh, okay. Okay. Do something. Me. I. Person, monster. Yeah, I like that. But I don't know what that is, but I like it. Yeah, smash. Monster smash. Hulk smash. No, blow up. Avenger.
Switch partners.
No, I was having so much fun. Call me.
Hi, it's me, Marcus again. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm sorry. We're both sitting so close to the same table.
I know.
You go ahead. You go ahead.
No. You go ahead, please.
Switch partners.
I insist.
Hi, I'm Cindy. I've been seeing you from around the circle for so long. You're so tall, and I really like a tall man. So, your hands are so big too. You have big hands, really big hands. Like I think your hands could cover my entire head and crush my skull like a melon. I think you could just squeeze my head, and if I'm being honest, getting a little handsy already. Okay, you know what? I'm an exhibitionist. We could just get started here. That's what's gonna happen. Do you have a cold or something?
Are they supposed to just be fucking right at the table?
You know what? I don't care. You can sneeze on my back. It's okay.
Legit. I don't want to see that heighten.
No. I was just gonna get in there and just start going bro.
We cut to that.
No.
Communicate.
Please, my father's name was bro.
That's your great grandfather.
Yes.
He came over on the Mayflower.
Yeah.
God, what's your kid gonna be named?
Just
Yes.
Josh, I like how your character was clearly also on cocaine with the random.
Yes.
One in Rome, man. Come on.
Yeah.
That's how we became friends, Allie. Let's be real.
Whoa. Was this the introduction?
No. It was Thunderbolt.
Yes. It was my
That's what you call
my
cocaine, I
bachelor
understand.
party.
No,
Yeah.
she actually, if we're being real, the same thing she did to Paul, she did to me, because I don't know how much you remember, but Paul was like, hi, this is Josh. He's one of the producers. Talk to him. And then just blammo. I went to Magna, I did the pit, I did this. Do you know? I know. This is so much fun. We should do another show. I'm like, okay, but I'd like to go home.
I'm sure
I think you're
was on my
referencing things
mind.
from before the show.
Yeah.
What were you
Actually,
saying?
it just came up again with a friend because I didn't really know him very well, but the only interactions I had with him were always in the booth at the party at UCB with him doing whippets and going, Allie, you have to do a whippet. And it was just we had like that interaction. It was like 2 or 3 times a year. He would just be like, "Allie, get in the booth," and like force me to do a whip it, and I would be like, "Thanks."
It's like you might have a lawsuit going on.
You're entitled to some money.
I need to know when this episode comes out because I cannot let anyone I know hear it.
I was going to say,
James Memorial episode.
I love how Allie's stories are the only ones I ever have to edit out of the episodes.
This is going to be an 8-minute episode.
We could just have Heiman do an extended infomercial that will cover the topic.
The only thing left in this episode is going to be us deciding whether or not to put a "the" in front of the podcast.
It should just be Sanders doing Frankenstein for like a full hour.
Well, I think it's funny you're talking about parties because that's like, you know, a younger man's game. But like now when we do like super legit podcast parties, it's like, okay, who's gonna bring the barbecue? Who's gonna bring the beer? Oh, it's 6:00. Oh man, we're all so pooped. We got to go home now.
Yeah.
It's like so mellow.
Old people.
I love that. Like I am overjoyed.
Yes,
Compton,
at that
you're
spot.
finally like aging into your age. You're like,
Oh,
this is
man,
who I
yeah.
was all the time.
I was like,
yeah.
I started at 60 and I'm just like slowly approaching it.
Wait, you mean to tell me the party ends at 5:30 and I get leftovers?
I'm in. Yeah.
I'm in.
You expect me to stay up till 5:00 in the evening? Why not? No, I was gonna say like with like one of the most effective dare programs ever would just be people on drugs telling you why you should do those drugs.
Yes.
I remember like somebody in high school and they like doing whippets and I'm like, you know, watching him, you know, essentially make out with a whipped cream can. And I'm like, you know, what's that? And like, why are you doing that? He's like, it's so great, man. It makes the whole world go wubba, wubba, wubba. And I'm like, okay.
That is,
It just made you
that
sound
is
like
kind of an
Fozzie
accurate
Bear.
description, though.
And that man grew up to
But
be
it was
Rick
like- it was enough to
Sanchez.
say, like,
Rick and Morty.
I appreciate your work in marketing. And
Anything that makes me quote Downtown Judy Brown, I'm not down for. Wubba, wubba, wubba.
That's all right.
Wait, what about regular Julie Brown?
The thing is, like, I never actually did it. Like, I like faked it the same way I faked cigarettes. Like, I would like put it in my
pouring your
mouth
drink out in the
and then walk away and be like,
plant.
like
Yeah.
immediately, like air vomit because I was just too terrified, you know. But
It's like honestly, any drug that it'll make you feel like you're at the dentist is maybe not like
I
strongest
did a few whippets in the army when I was first in because a couple other guys in the barracks kind of pulled me
is
into
it
the
like
room.
a rite of passage type
And,
thing? Like,
yeah, in that platoon it was. They do
The cool
they
platoon.
do make the world go wubba wubba wubba. They're weird.
Why does
but
why
yeah,
does
Thank you for your
everyone
service.
act like
I've never done
Allie's?
anything. That's such a straight.
thank you
I
for your
probably
service.
lost a significant amount of brain power.
Yeah. Jen, honestly, I never wanted to do anything. This was never like, oh, yay. It was just more like people like wearing you down over years.
Oh man,
you know?
best for forcing you into a closet.
No, not-
Allie, this explanation does not make it better.
No, I
is
didn't
not
mean I meant like I was never like, yay, like I wanna. It was just always like peer pressure. I always caved. It was never, I never was cool. I was just, I wanted to fit in.
I
much like
refuse to
Jen's
believe
stories in the Vesper. Like you
Just
took a
trying to
very
tag in.
creepy
Sorry,
setting
Jack.
of the situation and then ended in the best possible way.
that. Yeah.
Like the
It's the way
best
you want
possible way
those
is
stories
just
to
him
end.
trying to force me to do drugs.
Yeah.
Super.
Legit.
Hey.
You fucker, John.
No.
You asshole.
No.
You wanted Jen
No.
so badly. Just so you could fucking.
The best part of this is no one listening will
Yes.
have noticed
Yeah.
the actual
Yeah,
scene.
I
no
know.
one knows what's going on.
You have to
at
cut that all out, and he has to be
I
able
just
to
want you
start
to
a
remember
scene.
this moment next time you want to be co-host and everyone says no. Okay? You made your choices.
Cut to Jet. Sorry.
Super. Hey, Roger, thanks for coming to the HR office. Really happy to have you here. We just wanted to talk through a few things with you. Real quick, if you check the mini fridge right there, you'll see it's fully stocked with Ready Whip. Just have at it if you want.
Dope.
Sweet. I'll wait while you get in the mood for this one.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool. Do you guys shake it first? Because I've seen both techniques.
A dealer's choice at this point. I have absolutely done it both ways.
Hey, bro, just real quick. Did she say dope?
Yeah, she said dope.
Yeah, she's a narc.
I mean, I wouldn't know. I've heard that people do it either way. I mean, just it's up to you, whatever you want to do. If you want to do something, if you want to just eat some cool, I mean, that's all it is. It's Ready Whip. I thought you might enjoy some Ready Whip.
I appreciate that, but there's like a bigger reason I came here to talk to you as HR.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, I was just trying to be friendly, just trying to, you know.
I mean, like I changed my name to Roger. I feel like people should know to call me a he by now. You know, like.
Hey, Roger.
Yeah.
Come with me into the other Roger. Sorry. Hey, we're alone in this room. Is HR trying to get you to come into his room and do a whip it?
I mean, I think it was offered, but personally, I did not feel pressured. It was very.
He's a narc.
He was. Yo, what is Scott's deal?
I don't know.
Like, I know you're HR and I'm supposed to be professional, but as a friend,
he's misgendering people.
Yeah.
He's throwing all these warnings around. I don't know what's going on. And I'm starting to feel uncomfortable here because, like, I feel like I'm supposed to help you. You're supposed to be able to feel comfortable reporting stuff to me.
You're blowing my mind. Like, who does HR go to? You know what I mean? Like, does HR have an HR? Like,
I mean, usually sometimes we report to COO, sometimes we report to CFO, which I feel is like kind of a conflict of interest. It's like, it's a money thing.
And you're here with BRO. All right, let's see what you got. Now, right now, emotionally speaking, you're at a high school baseball coach too, which is not very open about your emotions. But I am going to take you to a high school music teacher 4, which is open about your emotions, but still not particularly comfortable with them.
Wow, bring it on, bro. I mean, just
That's
bring it
up
on.
Here.
Okay, yeah. Woo-hoo.
See, that was quick. And you know what? I waited for you. You know why? Because I am a Unitarian 7, which means that I am here to be with people where they want to be.
I want to be here. I mean, I want to be here with you, just absorbing your wisdom. Like, I'm feeling it from you, bro.
Okay, first of all, I'm going to say, you just went from baseball coach 2 to baseball coach 3. Just like that, all right? You are starting to be open to ideas that still make you very uncomfortable with, and in private to your friends, you will belittle.
I mean, I'm using more syllables than I usually use. I mean, syllable, that's what, 3 syllables in that word? Like,
all right, now you're an English teacher 1.
Okay, Monster, this is like your 3rd month in. I can tell that we're making progress and that there's been an impact. I need to know from you, if you could just tell me in your own way, what number do you feel you are now? Because when you walked in, you were like a 1. Now, you were like a monster 1. Now I feel like you're a man, right? What?
So, did you talk about me when you were there? Did you talk about us? I know it's a private. Listen, I'm not trying to. I just want you to know that I'm here to support you. I'm here for you. I don't want to be a problem. I don't want to be a burden for you. I want to be the shining force.
So you mean to tell me that when you and Frankenstein were going at it during speed dating, he literally sneezed on your back?
He did.
That's so hot.
Does that answer your question?
Oh my god, that is so hot. Like,
that's pretty hot.
I mean, when we started this exhibition club, I did not think we were going to get there this fast. Like, you elevated us.
Hey, it was all him. That guy's the freak.
Oh my god. I mean, I just bought binoculars. Like, I don't even know how to level up.
Eddie, I have some terrible news for you. I saw a monster at an exhibition club, and he has definitely been sleeping with a lot of other people. In fact, one of his bolts fell off, and I have it here. This is proof of this is what he's been up to. I know you guys are in counseling, and I feel like I had to tell you.
Is it that sneeze guard guy again? Is that?
I mean, he did sneeze on a guy's back. I don't know if that's the sneeze guy, but I mean,
Mr. Jorgensen.
Okay. What do you got?
Okay, so just to make sure, if I heard you right, Don't be brooding.
Right.
Mr. Jorgensen? Is it Jorgensen or Jorgensen? Because some of us have been saying Jorgensen, and some of us are saying Jorgensen. Just for my own edification.
Yeah, which one is it, Mr. Jerkins?
My father's name was Jorgensen. Call me Jorgensen. I changed my name to distance myself from him.
Thank you for the clarification.
Look, if you guys want to hear about history, let me tell you about history. I grew up in a cold house with no emotional openness whatsoever. All right? You think the steppes of Russia were cold after Hitler swarmed through? You should have seen what it was like when I got home with my report card. And you know what my father said?
Isn't Hitler from Germany?
Nothing. Excuse me?
Hitler.
Wait, say that again.
He was from Germany, right?
That is a historical fact.
Yeah.
You have learned a historical
Mr.
fact.
Jorgensen, he was actually Austrian. I don't know how you got your job. But
then he was in Germany.
I was just about to tag in a moment earlier and say it's pronounced Frankenstein.
Yeah. I was trying to remember what Madeline Kahn sings for the
Oh yeah, oh sweet mystery of life.
Oh, that's if I could have remembered that shit was popping off.
I was really trying to find a victory here, but nope.
The only victory is in the defeat of this episode, and that comes at the end.
Yeah.
So I think we wrap it up now. Thank you all for joining me on this wonderful tour. Christian Hefley, thank you for joining us on an episode. We'd love to have you again.
Yeah. Of course, I'll be in and out.
Yes.
Eventually,
we'll see.
You'll see me a little bit more.
Yeah, I imagine eventually, if you guys play the episodes backwards, you'll hear things that Christian has inserted into the episode, just
like a little cigarette burn in the corner of your movie. I hide things.
And a great recipe
I actually heard that every episode syncs up perfectly with the Wizard of Oz. Is what I heard.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, if you wait till the third lion's roar, then you find out we just read the script for the Wizard of Oz.
It was just a table reading.
And if you play it backwards, it makes you as sick as the snow does.
Right.
Yes.
We did this. See, that's great.
Yep. Well, all right, bring it home, Michael Heiman.
Well, thank you as always to Matt Walker,
the actual co-host.
Okay. Well, thank you as always to Matt Walker for our intro and outro music. This episode was hosted and edited by Jack Kaufman. Co-produced and co-edited by Christian Hefley, also our special guest today, co-hosted by me, Michael Heiman, and featured the talents of Ali Maher, Jen Burton, Chris Sanders, Chris Compton, Josh Spence, Sean Michael, and Sean Michael Boozer. You're the last one in the row. And Sean Michael Boozer.
First in our heart.
Every scene you heard today was improvised on the spot, along with some of the ads, really a light touch of editing for your comfort. If you're loving what we're doing, and we know you are, please pause real quick, write a 5-star review before you close your app, tell your friends, tell them to write a 5-star review. And also before we go, Hef, you want to promote anything? Tell people to follow you in the grocery store or something?
Follow me home. If you see me out in public, knock on my door. Buy me a beer. Well, none of you know what I look like, but if you hear me out in the wild, be sure to track me down and say hello.
And if you guys see him in person, he is like a podcast 7.
Oh, don't be so mean.
Oh my God, me and Joe Rogan right on the same level. Yeah. I'm not as distended, but I'm working on it.
Got a face for radio.
Hey, all right. Yeah.
Jet?
Yes. Christian, can you translate that for me?
Yeah. He said, be sure to tune in next time.
He wants to know if he should turn on his recording.
Christian, we cannot trust you at all.
He's never listened to the show.
Yes,
this is
Josh.
The Stephen C. James Memorial.
You're right.
We could start recording now.
I just edit them. I don't listen to them.
I don't believe anything's on. Oh my time, I kicked the door on its hinges just so I could move on. Oh,
Remember, this week at Blue States over Oklahoma, everyone gets a free protest sign. What are we protesting? Not sure what it is this week. Hey! Yeah. My favorite thing about Dave Grohl is that he also talks this much about Josh Spence. Well, well, well. What have we here? Oh, yeah. We're going to make it all work out just fine. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing here, but I believe as a robot, you should respect my boundaries and my safe word. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Ooh, nice one, Jen. That's hilarious. Okay. When Chris made that edit, I totally thought he was going to come in as the dad. And then I was so glad he didn't. So, Jet, when they told you that they were going to downgrade your hotel room, did you cry yourself to sleep on a big pile of money? Oh, Heiman's not here. I missed that guy. Well, well, well. What have we here? Okay. But that wasn't the worst part about growing up in Texas. The worst part about growing up in Texas was growing up in Texas.
Stephen C. James, forever in our hearts.
I don't know what you wanted me to record all of these clips for in October of 2022, but I sure hope you're not going to use them for some kind of prank.